Hello and welcome to the weekly Search Buzz video recap. My name is Barry Schwartz. This is the special Friday edition of the Search video recap. Again, today is August 8th, and we typically do them on Sunday, but today I'm doing it on Friday. Today is Friday, August 8th, and that means it's the start of the Summer Olympics over at Beijing. It's also 8/8, 2008. And the search engines have logos for the Special Olympics. Google has these Olympians, cartoon Olympians around the Google logo, walking with the Olympic flag, holding torches, etc., and crowns. Yahoo has this whole animated thing where they have runners running down with Olympic medals. Ask.com has the Olympic Stadium in the background drop. We even have an orangish reddish theme with Beijing 2008, the logo, Olympic logo, and the Search and Roundtable wrapped around it. So a lot of people are celebrating. I personally like watching the Olympics. I find it fun. So hopefully, your country will do very well this year, hopefully. This week, Google has launched Google, what they're calling Google Insights for Search. It basically allows you to get really deep into what people are searching for, where they're searching, how the different searcher behavior works. So it's very, very cool, very, very detailed. You can actually see within the United States, within cities in the United States, within other countries, how people are searching, what the most popular search terms are over a certain amount of time, and what the most recent searches in terms of popularity, the most searches in terms of what's hot in that area, what people are searching for over there. So it's pretty fascinating. You should definitely take a look at it. You can access it at google.com/insights/search. And you should be able to see a lot of details as how it works and everything like that. So definitely take a look at it. It's a great aid for any advertiser. Google announced yesterday, Thursday, that they are now expanding the DoubleClick cookie tracking to Google Adsense, meaning whenever DoubleClick was famous for being able to track which ads which computer have seen, and they could actually change the amount of times an ad would actually show up to a particular computer or user. Now that's being expanded to the Google and the Content Network, including AdSense, and now Google's going to be able to track you across any DoubleClick ad, so any DoubleClick served ad, or any Google ad served, and they'll be able to actually now allow advertisers to implement frequency capping, meaning the ability for advertisers to say, I only want my ad to show X amount of times to this specific computer or user. Obviously, they'll be able to report on that using frequency reporting. Obviously, this helps improve the quality of the ads. It also allows them to view through conversions, which helps advertisers make informed ROI decisions. Obviously, they're also tracking everybody all over the web because Google AdSense and DoubleClick ads are pretty much on a huge majority of the sites out there. Obviously, there's a privacy concern. Google tried to address that. You can definitely take a look at our post on August 8th this Friday, August 8th, to actually see how that might apply to you. Over the weekend, Yahoo a lot of people, webmasters and SEOs, noticed a lot of changes over Yahoo Search. A lot of people noticed their traffic drop about 30%, or their keywords jump up or drop down. But we just saw an update like a few weeks before that, so it was or a week or two before that, and we find it pretty interesting that Yahoo would do another update. But they actually did. They actually announced that night after we posted about it that they're doing another update. They call it a weather report, and you should be able to see some significant changes. People are still discussing the changes, so hopefully you are on the positive side and not the negative side of the changes. We have a post on August 4th if you want to look up more information about that. Microsoft released a new update to their Live Search Webmaster Tools feature. It has lots and lots of new features, more detailed, exportable link data, a lot more link data, a lot of stuff that brings it up to par with the other Webmaster tools, and they have some unique features as well to them. And Vanessa Fox over at Searcherland has done an excellent post looking and comparing the different products out there, so definitely want to take a look at that. I was a little bit upset by the response from SEOs and webmasters. Basically, I haven't really seen much of a response. Maybe it has to do with one person commented that it had to do with them having to sign up with a Windows Live ID and they didn't want to go through that process. And other people saying basically nobody uses Live Search, so it doesn't really matter to them. I'm a little bit surprised to see that SEOs are not commenting or complaining or anything about it. So hopefully that will change over the weekend when people maybe have time to look at it. I have a post on August 8th about the lack of response and some of the links to the articles that I just discussed. If you want to take a look at it and play with it, definitely is a good time to do over the weekend. I posted the results of two polls that we ran in the past. One result was should do SEOs buy links with no follow tag on it. Meaning no follow, meaning search engines won't recognize that link as a popularity link. So I was surprised by the results. The results were split down the middle pretty much. 89 of the responses, or 50%, said yes, they would buy. Another 45% or 80 respondents said no, they would not buy a link with a no follow tag, and others said it, and the rest said basically other, meaning it depends on the type of link. And another poll we ran was, do SEOs like links from blogs? Most 64% said yes, they do like the links from the blogs, blog links for popularity or whatever purposes. 29% said no, they do not like links from blogs, and 7% said it really depends on the blog, obviously. There was some controversy in the past saying blog links are not worth as much as they used to be. Obviously, it's not really about it being a blog, it's really about what type of website it is and how much popularity that domain has, in my opinion. Google has finally blocked software ranking checking software such as Web Position Gold or other software checkers that check your rankings. Google has always threatened to do that. They've done it in the past and then it started working again, but they've always threatened. In fact, in their SEO guidelines, they suggest people not to use Web Position Gold and other things like it. And August 5th, August 6th, Google finally has blocked it. Google has finally sold off the search marketing division of Performix, which is a company which was acquired with the DoubleClick acquisition. It was a sub-company of DoubleClick. Obviously, Performix has a search marketing division, which is a conflict of interest to Google, and Google said they would sell it off when they first bought them, and now they've officially sold them on condition of, obviously, all the legal stuff that has to go through the legal people. But it seems like it's going to be sold soon, and there goes that conflict of interest. There was a fairly exciting Webmaster World thread on the discussion of should SEOs, or why do the best SEOs in the world actually take on client work or not, and if they do, why do they? If they can't just do it for themselves and make a lot of money doing their own SEO. That thread was a Webmaster World thread, and it was private, so we have a lot of comments over at the Search Engine Roundtable, and in addition, there's a large spin thread based off on our coverage of the Webmaster thread that has a lot of discussion about it. Basically, some SEOs just like to, do client work. They don't want to run their own businesses in terms of selling product or whatever it might be. So some SEOs just prefer to work with clients and see that happen, and some SEOs prefer to do their own thing. It really depends. There's a lot of different pros and cons to both. Just definitely take a look at the discussion. You can add your 2 cents, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. All right, so this weekend, August 9th, Google AdWords is doing, and AdSense is doing some maintenance. So you won't be able to access the reports. In addition, another important announcement is that AdWords, the API, the version 11, is going to be discontinued August 26th, and version 12 is the one that's going to be used. So make sure to upgrade all your applications that are using version 11 to version 12. There was a discussion over at Webmaster World around the actual AdWords downtime for August 9th, basically explaining why do they do this, why can't you access the reports, what does Google do? Do they lose data? And there's a pretty nice thread over there. Let me explain what Hobbs said. I'm not sure if it's exactly true, but I'll quote him. During maintenance, raw data is redirected from processing into storage mode. This includes all traffic and click logs plus everything else Google collects. Think of it as a huge bucket filling up. Post-maintenance, first a raw data sample is processed and analyzed for consistency, click fraud and earnings. If all is well with the data processing, is then opened and the reports start to be trickling into the buckets that were empty before. That's how he explains what happens and how the process works. So hopefully you could comment on that. There was no Google rep even saying anything about that. All the Google rep said was that there will be some maintenance and you won't be able to access your reports on August 9th. I figured we'll throw a contest. If you could tell me why I'm doing the Friday recap instead of a Sunday recap on August 8th as opposed to August 10th, let me know in a comment at seroundtable.com, and you could win. Well, thank you very much for listening to the Search Buzz video recap. My name is Barry Schwartz from the Search Engine Roundtable. This is the special Friday, August 8th edition, and tune in next week for the next week edition. Everyone have a great weekend, and see you next week.